Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of Chappell Roan, an artist who's not just making waves, but is changing the music industry in ways you might not expect. From her unapologetically queer presence to her DIY approach, Chappell Roan is doing things her way, and we're here for it. Let's take a closer look at how she's transforming pop music. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you love discovering new music talent. Let's go. First up, let's talk about how Chappell Roan is bringing much-needed queer representation into the pop music scene. From tracks like Pink Pony Club to Naked in Manhattan, Roan celebrates her identity and experiences as a queer woman, unapologetically. She's helping push the boundaries for LGBTQ+ representation in pop music, and fans are responding in a big way. In a world where queer voices still face challenges in mainstream media, Chappell's openness has created a safe space for her fans, who resonate deeply with her lyrics and message. Her music isn't just entertainment, it's a celebration of authenticity and inclusivity. And that's a major shift we're seeing in pop. Now let's talk about Chappell's DIY approach to music. After being dropped by her label, she didn't give up. Instead, she decided to go independent. And with that decision came a whole new level of creative freedom. Her debut album, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, was a passion project that she built from the ground up, with full control over the production, the visuals, and the sound. Chappell Roan has had a year like no one else. She practically blew up overnight, even though we all know she's been working hard for the past 10 years to make it big. That type of success comes with challenges, as she was propelled into the spotlight so abruptly, and at such a large volume she had trouble adapting, which makes sense. She has been very vocal about processing her emotions after skyrocketing to fame, including how she wants her fans to treat her with more respect. The rising pop star wrote in a 7-slide Instagram post a couple months ago that she will no longer accept harassment of any kind, just because of the career path she chose. "It's come to the point where I need to draw lines and set boundaries," she wrote. "I've been in too many non-consensual physical and social interactions, and I just need to lay it out and remind you, women don't owe you shit. I feel more love than I ever have in my life. I feel the most unsafe I ever have in my life," she added. Roan has been a working pop artist for years. Now 26, she signed her first record deal with Atlantic Records at 17 and has been putting out songs ever since. But for a long time, none of them seemed to quite hit. Last September, though, Roan released her first full album, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, and set off on tour as Olivia Rodrigo's opener. In March, her appearance on NPR's Tiny Desk concert series went surprisingly viral, 3.4 million views and counting, sending her Spotify monthly listeners count rocketing up by 500%. In April, she became one of the biggest stories out of Coachella. In June, she was the story of the Governor's Ball. She's been on Jimmy Fallon, she's performed on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. She is currently in the process of crossing the border that separates working pop artist and pop star, and finding that being a pop star comes with baggage. Earlier last month, the Midwest Princess posted a 2-part series of TikTok videos that she posted a couple months ago as well. She expressed her frustration with a precedent that has been set with predator behavior, disguised as superfan behavior, in the past. Roan argued that this creepy, invasive activity has been normalized, specifically for female celebrities. "I don't agree with the notion that I owe a mutual exchange of energy, time, or attention to people I do not know, do not trust, or who creep me out just because they're expressing admiration," she wrote in the Thursday Post. Chappell Roan has had a whirlwind 2024, ascending from being an indie musician who struggled to pay her rent to becoming a full-on lesbian powerhouse who commands enormous crowds at music festivals across the country. It's no surprise that the pop star was awarded Best New Artist at the 2024 MTV Video Music Awards last month. "I dedicate this to all the drag artists who inspire me, and I dedicate this to queer and trans people who fuel pop, to the gays who dedicate my songs to someone they love or hate," she said in her VMA's acceptance speech, which she read from her diary. "For all the queer kids in the Midwest watching right now, I see you. I understand you because I am one of you. And don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't be exactly who you want to be." Soon after Roan's historic Best New Artist win, The pop star took to social media to express how she feels about the current presidential debate in America. The singer openly spoke about how there are problems with both the Democratic and Republican parties. Some of her statements were taken out of context, and Roan was soon being canceled by several fans amid her video going viral. According to several sources, this is what Roan stated: "I have so many issues with our government in every way. There are so many things that I would want to change. So I don't feel pressured to endorse someone. There's problems on both sides. I encourage people to use your critical thinking skills. Use your vote. Vote small. Vote for what's going on in your city." In the same interview, Roan made it clear that she supports the LGBTQ community, highlighting trans rights as the biggest change she wanted to see in the US this election year. "They cannot have cis people making decisions for trans people, period," she said. Roan's reasoning was fairly articulate, but the both sides quote went viral after being plucked out of the interview and posted across multiple pop culture accounts, devoid of context. The quote sparked fierce backlash from fans and LGBTQ activists terrified of living under another Trump presidency, with many labeling Roan as a privileged centrist, insulated by her newfound wealth and fame. Roan is no stranger to the concept of fans crossing boundaries. Indeed, the singer has been refreshingly candid about the bitter realities of fame, opening up about the negative effect on her mental health and pushing back against the entitlement of obsessive fans. Like mentioned earlier in this video, Chappell has been very open about how fans can become too overwhelming and want to know everything about a celebrity's life 24/7. Hearteningly, a number of her industry peers, predominantly the she's, they's, and gays, have lent their hands, hearts, and how to deal with harassment tips to her during this time. They include Charli XCX, Billie Eilish, who said "Good luck, babe" is her favorite song of the year, Lady Gaga, though Roan said she's too anxious to text or call her, Hayley Williams, Miley Cyrus, she offered a party invitation, Muna, they hosted her for dinner, Lucy Dacus and Julian Baker, all three grabbed coffees and took walks. And finally, the third member of Boy Genius. Mitski, too, reached out to Roan via email that read, in part, "I just wanted to humbly welcome you to the shittiest exclusive club in the world. The club where strangers think you belong to them, and they find and harass your family members. We have to make some sort of change in the entertainment industry that allows for creatives such as artists, actors, and musicians to express the downsides of sudden fame without receiving so much backlash. What are your thoughts on the industry and how celebrities are treated? Do you agree with some of these opinions? Comment below and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date when I post a new video. Have a great day. See you next time.